chill out, things like that. She didn't have that. And she didn't have like a friend just to vent and to talk to. She had a cousin though, and a cousin came later in the documentary. But I was thinking to myself, where's she been at this whole entire time? But I don't know. I guess it wasn't. The thing only 90 minutes, so I guess I ain't have enough time to put the whole story together. That's how I look at it. But another point that I want to say about Megan Thee Stallion, is that the mother and daughter relationship. And her mom and her were super, super close. And I hate that she, of course, experienced stuff like that with her mother, but they were super, super close. And I think that's another reason why she struggled in, finding her people and finding the right rhythm when it comes to the business aspect of it. Because, her mama did everything. Her mama, made sure the business aspect of her career was set. And even in the documentary, it's funny, but I can understand it. I guess if I had a daughter and she was rapping, I'll probably be like this too. Because, if you're going to do it, we're going to do it right. But Megan Thee Stallion mother, she would be like, you need to rap harder. You need to, put all into it. You need to speak clearer. You need, if you're going to dance to this part, you need to really dance. Like, her mother was really into it. You talk about a momager, that was her mom. But on the other side, not only was she very, she wasn't strict, but very direct when it came to Megan with her business. She was loving to her and mother daughters. I know that's a very hard topic for some women, especially women as we get older and we try to examine our relationships with our moms, and we see how we want to do better with our own children, and then we see how we want to, kind of mirror what our mom did with us, and how we want to merge the two, not necessarily merge, but I guess kind of, merge the two. That's the word I'm looking for. And sometimes one thing that I've learned in mother and daughter relationships, just in my own mother and daughter relationship with my mom, of course, y'all know I got a son, is that in order for it to work, moms need to be more forgiving to themselves and give their daughters more grace. So last time we talked about how we don't necessarily teach our Black girls, women in particular, to give themselves grace, to ask for help and all the things. Remember, we said all those things. But moms need to be the one to make that safe space so we can, so daughters can come to their moms and be able to speak to them about things that, that are bothering them or things that they want to accomplish. One mother-daughter relationship that I really, really adore, and it's not a celebrity, it's my best friend. Her and her mom are super, super close, and I love it. And I think it's a really good relationship that most moms and daughters probably will have some envious or some jealousy, because just to be able to freely talk to your mom about anything and have that no judgment. My sisters has a really good mom and daughter relationship with their daughters as well. And I don't want to leave them out. Because when you think about it, women or little women, they go through things too, right? So they go through bullying, they go through hormones, they go through like in boys and changes and things like that. They go through all the things. And then what better person than to ask is your mom, because she's been through it. But a lot of times you don't, like where your mama at when you don't have that good relationship. And then you learn other things the wrong way because you don't have anybody to go to. So that's why mom and daughter relationships are like super, super important. I remember one time in particular, and we were at my sister's house and we were getting the girls ready to go to homecoming. And so my one niece, she was just getting dressed and whatever. And she was just expressing on how She's nervous. This is a new school. She's not sure if the girls are going to like her. All the things, just all the things. Now, I remember when I was 15, I wouldn't dare say those things to my mama at 15 because, well, a different generation, I have to say that. But my mama be like, well, if you're going to go or you're not going to go. Because if you're not going to go, then you can stay here and you can just wash dishes or something. She'll always give me a choice, but that's the type of mama I had. But if you're going to go, then go ahead, put your clothes on and let's go and I'll drop you off. That's literally the type of mama that I had. If you're going to go or you're not going to go. Now, my sister, obviously, like I'm telling you, she did not take that approach when it came to her daughter. She was like, okay, well, we'll do this. We'll stay here. And if you still feel nervous, I'll come and get you. But I at least want you to try it out because I want you to have that high school experience. Like I want you to be able to experience different types of high school memories, homecoming games, prom, things like that. And with that conversation, my niece felt more comfortable. She felt like she can just come and talk to her about anything. And even when I'm yakking and talking to my sisters, my niece, she always says like, yeah, me and my mom, my best friend, we're going to do this. And so it's just a really good dynamic to have a really good type of mother-daughter relationship. And it just kind of evolves into something that's really, really beautiful. And I feel that most women, if they would have had stronger mother-daughter relationships, then, you kind of take out that envious and that jealousy, and that anger. We kind of hold anger, and anger is like fear. We kind of hold that in our hearts because of things we didn't get to experience when we were younger. And instead of like giving it to ourselves, instead of giving that grace to ourselves, then we get mad and we give it to other people, or we don't give grace to ourselves, or we don't give grace to other people. And then you just walking around being pissed off at everything. And that's not cool either. So that's one thing that I really want to mention when it comes to important mother and daughter relationships, and how important it is for us to really, try to shine light on that and make it seem more beautiful than something that's like common. Because all women don't have really good mother-daughter relationships, and sometimes it takes them a long time in their adult years to get a really good mother and daughter relationship. So when you think about your circle, going back to Megan Thee Stallion, remember I said she can have people in her circle and her producers and things like that. Like, her village was trash, dog. Like, when you think about it, it's trash. Like, everybody around you paying. So, of course, they're not going to tell you the truth. Because if they say, yes, you need a break, that means they don't get paid for the 2 months or whatever it is that, they go on a break. And your village is important because just think about if she would have took her break. Now, in the back of me, I want to say that she did eventually take a little break. Yeah. But just think if she would have took a break earlier, or just think that she would have, kind of chilled a little bit before going back to work, before going back to work after her mother had passed. Just think if she would have just chilled, and how she would have really been able to come into herself as a rapper and not just have to be on survival mode. Because that's really what she was doing. Just surviving, not trying to think about it. That's how she got into it with this whole situation with that and this and that. And really, she just want to chill and watch anime. And I thought, oh girl, you just really like a for real weird cool kid that just want to rap, which is cute, but you just got fumbled in the mess. So think about the show Girlfriends, right? So I've been rewatching these old shows, and so Girlfriends in particular, and you got Joan, you got Lynn, you got Maya, and you got Tony Child's child. So we know how the story goes. Podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health,
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely
as
dating,
single parents, And it's from a lens of two psychologists, you know.
Yeah.
So,
But also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then like you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her
yeah.
siblings and my siblings. So yeah, so it's from that
Looking,
perspective.
yeah, looking
as
at
that.
life through that lens. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But
Yeah.
yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.